Are really strong, great confidence. Giselle and the daughter, not a good night at all. So there it is, Tom Brady, worst career loss as a starting quarterback in the National Football League. 35 points was the final score. 3 interceptions without a touchdown for the third time in his career, but the first time in 14 years, as the Bucs scored just 3 points, the fewest by a Brady-led team since that 2006 season.
And now a little segment we like to call Tim Hasselbeck on SportsCenter talking NFL football like a boss. I get it. It's wordy, but it's spot on. Timmy, we heard this week, right, Bruce Arians, our offense is light years ahead of where it was the first time we played down there in the Superdome. Oof. Turns out it didn't look that way. How the Saints shut down Tommy and the Bucs?
Well, I think it's a good matchup for the Saints defensively, but listen, some of the blame is going to go on the Bucs. You know, offensively, their plan. You referenced in the highlight how they struggled on third down. They only had 5 rushes on the night, and one of those was a Blaine Gabbert kneel down. So things got sideways for the Bucs quickly. But when you look at what the Saints do, I just think they match up well, especially when you think about the emergence of Rob Gronkowski kind of in the passing attack for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Malcolm Jenkins started his career off as a corner. He's now a safety, but he still has corner skills. These are 2 of those early third downs, and they're trying to get the ball to Rob Gronkowski, and Malcolm Jenkins is doing a great job of playing him. Here's a second down play where you see Gronk oftentimes break that tackle. Instead, it forces a third down that they don't convert, and then a fourth down that they go for it and don't convert. And then things just get compounded with the batted ball on the screen after that. And really what it led to was more opportunities for that Saints offense, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, turnovers in short fields help any offense, but what'd you see in New Orleans that made them 38 points good tonight?
I felt like this, John, was the best of the Saints. You're seeing everything that was good about them. And in part, we know Brees is really good pre-snaps, identifying a pressure, adjusting a protection. And he's also very good from inside the pocket. But we also saw him do other things. He created some offense tonight, which is a little out of character for him at this point in his career. But he did some of that. I think that led to, other opportunities for them staying on the field. He's able to spread the football around to guys that aren't necessarily, usually featured in their offense. And then all of a sudden the dosage of Taysom Hill, when everything else is going well, that ends up being really hard to defend. And then now all of a sudden complementary pieces like Emmanuel Sanders get into the mix. You just think about it this way. There were 12 players that caught passes for the New Orleans Saints offensively. Just think about that. That's crazy. And then you also have to defend that run game with Alvin Kamara. And we're showing a highlight there, a little package of what they did well with no Kamara and no Michael Thomas or Jared Cook for that matter. So that is why I think tonight was the best of what we could see the Saints be offensively.
Getting Tim Hasselbeck's thought on the Bucs and Saints game. We'll also hear probably early in this SportsCenter. We go till midnight. Bruce Arians, probably hear from Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Sean Payton. We'll get to them as well. Tim, we're going to let you gather your thoughts here on the Steelers game with the Cowboys, and then we're going to hit you on that. Pittsburgh expected to be, a 2-touchdown favorite in this thing over Dallas. It didn't really look like one of their great Super Bowl showdowns that they've had 3 different times in the franchise history. Garrett Gilbert starting for the Cowboys. We said that's the 4th different starter they've trotted out this year. And yet he played pretty nice, the SMU Mustang, just like Dandy Don Meredith. CeeDee Lamb and Dallas out early, 10-0. You had a feeling it probably wouldn't hold, but boy, they fought all the way in this thing. Here's Ben Roethlisberger. A little short one to Deontay Johnson for a short gain. The problem, though, is back there in the pocket because Ben's down on his rear end grabbing his knee. You see, he just did the old Malachi crunch. He gets sandwiched there, grabs the knee, going to stay in the game here, kind of walk it off, limping the line 3rd and 7. Gets that for a first down to Ebron. Roethlisberger again. Just let everybody know, if you don't see him limping, it is my left knee. It's my left knee. Roethlisberger, good punt down. That made it 13-6. He'd go to the locker room. There was a turnover. They'd get it to 13-9 in the third quarter. Ben walking back out. Still not exactly. A little hitch in the giddy-up's what we're saying. Buck 28, Roethlisberger. Juju Smith-Schuster over the middle. That's a gain of 20, first down. We flip over the clock into the fourth quarter. Roethlisberger again. Juju again. Pounds it down in there, across, and touchdown. Another missed PAT. There were some kicking issues in this game that would factor in late for the Steelers. It's 19-15, Dallas still ahead. That's a bad blow right there. Gilbert under pressure. Looked like they were going in for a score, at least get some points. It's picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. Pittsburgh puts a field goal on the board, cuts it to 1. Roethlisberger to the rookie Chase Claypool, incomplete. We got a flag on the play. It's like this, kids. If you touch the quarterback's head, even if it doesn't seem like it's that mean, that intentional, you get a flag. And so it's a new set of downs for the Cowboys. And Roethlisberger takes advantage. Johnson slips his guy. Now he's got 42 yards on the pitch and catch. We know we have there, Butch? Yak yards. 2 plays later, 2nd and 5. Roethlisberger. Ebron again. And he just, I'll hurdle that guy easy enough. Small potatoes. There is no obstacle for number 85. And he goes. Steelers 24-19. Went for 2. Didn't get it, but they do have the lead. Gilbert getting sacked here by Cameron Hayward, TJ Watt. Oof. So Steelers take over on downs. Okay? 4th and 1. They don't call a timeout, and they choose not to take the points, which would have put them on 8. As we said, they had some trouble in the kicking game, but they were not great in short yardage situations either. And here, Connor just got stuck. Wasn't the first time that happened. First half, they lost yardage a couple of times on basic run plays. So the Cowboys get it back, 38 seconds. Gilbert driving them down into position. Michael Gallup over the middle to the 30. By the time they spiked it, they had 7 seconds left. They threw a 10-yard out, and now the last play of the game. Gilbert throws it, and it didn't appear any Cowboy was really looking for that one. Fitzpatrick was. Second straight week, the Cowboys, the Steelers break one up in the end zone and win the game 24-19. They are now 8-0 on the season. Back with Tim Hasselbeck. Okay, Ben's hurting at halftime. We've seen that before. Well, listen, any quarter we've seen him get hurt, but he comes back, he stays in there. And there's something about this guy that regardless of his health or his condition, he can lead comebacks with his team. How did he do it here?
Well, I think the thing that's really interesting about this, John, is, you referenced before that highlight how the Steelers were favored in that football game. It kind of felt like a trap game, if you will, a game where they would slip up, and the team came out playing that way. But, Ben Roethlisberger doesn't finish the first half. But when things kind of matter the most and they need somebody to rally their football team, it's like the entire game slows down. Like, there's no way that the game plan coming in was to have Ben throw it 42 times. But that's exactly what they did. They weren't running it effectively, and so they relied on him. And, I think the experience, having been in that moment before,